Hello, today I will talk about the best hero for beginners. When you first start this game, players can choose either the Knight or Arcane Mage to start with. I think a lot of players will choose Arcane Mage over the Knight because if you played games like Survivor.io, then it seems like a Mage would be much stronger than a Warrior. But in Heroes vs Hordes, interactions with mobs are a bit different and require a different kind of gameplay. Let me give you an example. I will choose my Arcane Mage with no gear and go to level 149 hard mode. Ideally, I would only level up Arcane Wand, but hopefully you will still be able to understand my point. Surprisingly, I'm doing quite a lot of damage even without any gear. But you can already tell that the Arcane Mage is having some difficulties in clearing the mobs. The problem with the Arcane Mage is that even though she fires a lot of projectiles, she is capped by how many enemies it can pierce. If I slow down the video and we watch her projectiles, when it hits the second or third enemy, it stops. That means at some point, you won't be able to kill fast enough before the next wave of mob comes and you'll either die or have a really hard time surviving until the end. Now I'm going to switch over to the Knight. Now I know the Knight might look unappealing at first, but trust me, he is significantly better than the Arcane Mage, especially for beginners. As you can see, right as we start off, the Knight's melee attacks are not limited to how many enemies it can go through. That means in an ideal situation, I can clear an infinite amount of mobs with one swing. And if you add AoE to his melee attacks, this will significantly increase the Knight's clear speed, which will allow you to play the game much more comfortably. And as you get stronger with the Knight, you can let your Knight sit with his back facing an object, which will make clearing a stage a piece of cake. But you might wonder, well, wouldn't investing into the Arcane Mage also eventually make her be able to clear stages easily? Although that is true, unfortunately, for the Arcane Mage to pop off like this. Her potential to go Super Saiyan is locked behind upgrades that require a lot of tokens, which is even difficult to get for players in the mid stages of the game. You will require at least 6,000 tokens to go Super Saiyan 1 Arcane Mage. But maybe if you're willing to spend the money, haha. But then again, there are better things in game to put your money into IMO. Especially as you play the game, you'll be presented with the opportunity to get heroes whose kit isn't as limiting as the Arcane Mage, for example the Energy Mage. You can see his projectiles actually bounce off enemies and allow him significantly faster clear than the Arcane Mage. Although the Knight is a little bit difficult to use at first, especially with his 20% reduced movement speed. Once you get the hang of him, he can easily push you through to endgame content. I hope this is helpful, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, like, and leave a comment down below on which hero you would like to see next.